On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And maybe we sound a little different this week. Maybe a little more mature.
A little warmer.
A little more sultry.
A little sexy, if you will.
Welcome. We have a new little setup happening here. We've padded our walls in here, which is good for a multitude of reasons. One, so that when we're in our straitjackets at night, if we get loose, we don't hurt ourselves.
True.
And also, hopefully, to keep some of the sound in.
And the sound out from outside.
Get out of here, sound.
Get out.
Unless it's us, we don't want you.
Seriously, airplanes.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Helicopters. We've been hearing everything today.
Oh, God. Loud cars.
So last week, we talked about American Horror Story, and I had not yet seen the 4th episode. Madison, you were not lying. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It is so stupid.
I hated it from beginning to end.
I know. So did I.
And listen, I can get behind the first two of American Horror Stories. Not my favorite, but it was watchable.
Right.
The third one, not as watchable.
The rabbit story is so interesting. It could have been so much cooler.
Yeah, they were working on a time crunch or something. But then this last one, though, I'm like, are you kidding me? Brat boys, influencer, hype house type situation, not fucking about it.
The only thing good about that episode was
that
Danny Trejo and that everybody died. And that they poked fun, I guess, at those types of people. But it was just not what I expected.
It was so dumb.
Yeah.
Moving on, we did watch something really good together last week after we recorded.
Yes.
I don't remember the name because I never do. What was it called?
Vicious Fun.
Vicious Fun. The concept of the movie was actually really cool. It was about this guy who somehow, we won't give anything away, but stumbles upon a self-help group for serial killers. And it's a pretty interesting plot. I thought it was a cool movie, though.
It was
Fun
super
watch.
Original. And funny.
And it's on Shudder
scary.
if you guys want to watch it. And we were talking about it. I don't know if my promo code still works. I had a promo code with Shudder for Cult Leader that we're not sponsored by we're not sponsored by Shudder today, but you can try using the promo code cultleader at shudder.com.
I'm going to try because I was impressed.
30 free days. They have a good catalog on there.
Yeah, they do.
I tried to tell you. You weren't listening to me.
I know. I'm going to get those 30 free days.
Get those 30 free days. Yeah, see if it works. If not, I'm sure hopefully I'll be working with them soon, or maybe they'll sponsor one of our obituary episodes.
That would be great.
Shudder, if you're listening, we love you.
Shudder, Shutterfly.
Anything. Shut up. How about that?
Shut her.
Shut her up.
It was a good one.
Good one.
Do you have some coffin spinners?
Oh, I've got a good coffin spinner for us today.
Okay.
I feel like this is the fastest we've moved into topics since the beginning.
I know.
Well, in our defense, we did record an intro earlier that we had to get rid of because a helicopter ceased to leave the background. This is try 2. But this is about where we left off. I didn't get to tell you yet what I'm talking about. So we'll pick up.
The suspense.
Baby, we have heard about funeral clowns.
Oh,
but
no.
Lock them doors and turn them lights down low, because today we are exploring the fascinating world of funeral strippers.
No, what?
Yep. And we're not judging, okay? We love it all.
Maybe I'll apply.
You're going to be a funeral stripper.
Okay, but what is a funeral stripper? Is it what I think it is?
Well, by definition, funeral strippers are exotic dancers who sing and dance and remove their clothes at a funeral or in a procession to a funeral as a way to celebrate the life of the deceased and attract mourners.
So they strip
Uh-huh.
their clothes.
Sure do. too.
Oh, are there poles?
There has been.
Oh my God.
But a stationary pole is always ideal. Those poles you bring to other places are not.
Are
not
they
it.
just up in the
They're just
chapel?
Sure. Grinding on
no.
crucifixes.
Stripping for Jesus.
I'm sure strippers for Jesus is a thing. Now, the tradition of funeral strippers originated in Taiwan and has since spread throughout rural parts of China, primarily in the east, for those looking for one more good time. Some also say that it brings good luck.
Oh, okay.
You would never have thought that.
No. I'm just like in shock.
The practice began in the 1980s, and according to an article from Metro UK, it became popularized when, quote, gangsters assumed control of the mortuary industry and offered strippers from their clubs to mourners at a respectfully discounted price.
Okay.
In Chinese culture, they take their funerals very seriously, which, easy to imagine. I feel like their culture is all about respecting their elders and ancestors. And traditionally, I've found when I'm like researching topics or whatever, that they make funerals a really big deal. Not to generalize, but I feel like...
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Like, I remember when I covered professional mourners, it was very popular in certain parts of China. I would say based on my research, it seems like funeral strippers are more often hired by the working class, like people living in more rural areas. However, there are quite a few instances where they've been used in the services of high-profile members of society. It started causing a few problems, especially in 2018.
Oh, this is like modern.
Yeah, so this is recent. I mean, it started in the 80s. But
the 80s were wild.
80s were wild, man. While some find the dancing entertaining, others can't help but feel a little uneasy about the practice, which, sure.
Okay.
I mean,
Grandma
how would you
might
feel?
not like
You know,
that.
you go to grandma's funeral and someone's just grinding on the casket.
Are they fully nudie?
Sometimes. I wondered that too. And yeah, there's a guy who made a documentary on it and I wish I had written it down. But yeah, people will they've seen all kinds of things. Anything you can imagine.
Wait, I'm sorry. I can't let you go on. Do they dance?
Yes.
Like sexy?
Yes.
Oh.
They're like, well, I guess that's not a stripper song. Maybe in the 1920s. Yeah, that's like burlesque. What's a show to got low?
Yeah. I'm in love with the stripper. She rocks and she rolls and she rolls.
I feel like if I was a stripper, I would go with like the rock and roll stripper type vibe.
I
feel
like
that would
vibe.
be fun. Like Def Leppard or...
I like that vibe.
Sure. I read another article on The Guardian from 2015, and the headline is, Authorities Crack Down on Funeral Stripping. Quote, China is cracking down on funeral strippers after controversy over obscene performances in the east of the country. In China, the bereaved often put on elaborate entertainment to send the departed off in style and draw more mourners to the ceremony. But recent funeral shows in Jiangsu and Handan have led the Ministry of Culture to announce it will work with the police to eliminate such performances.
Never thought that was something that would have had to be eliminated.
They're causing a lot of drama. Pictures of a dancer removing her bra in front of parents and children in Handan last month were circulated online, and some of the funeral strippers performed with snakes, according to the Wall Street Journal. Really? You would hate that. You would not be for that. They started giving rewards to people back in 2018 to snitch on people for hiring funeral strippers, which I'm like, fuck off, okay?
Let people mourn how they want to mourn. They're
let
not
people
hurting
mourn
anybody.
How they want to mourn, and also let the strippers, let them get their coin.
Absolutely.
Jerks.
God.
It's none of your business, honestly.
None.
So
of
my
your
question
business.
for you, Madison, would you rather at your funeral have funeral strippers or funeral clowns?
Well, I love the funeral stripping.
Uh-huh.
I love that. But because I'm a clown, I think I'd want a funeral clown.
Sure.
What about you?
I think I would agree with that sentiment. I feel like I'm a jokester.
Here, listen, here's the thing. Maybe a funeral clown for the actual service, and then a stripper at the reception when things get crazy. Yes.
Or, I mean, even the procession. People use funeral strippers in the processions, too. So something for the cars to look at while they're driving. Why not? I feel like it would be like Grand Theft Auto or something.
Totally.
Yeah, baby. There's tons of videos. It's super popular on YouTube in Taiwan. People put like videos from funeral strippers up, up, and I watched a few, so
I would just
for research purposes.
I would love to see what is that called when the police like guide you?
Procession.
Yeah, I would love to see like a police procession guiding just naked people on.
Yeah, baby.
And is this only women or are there males?
That's a really progressive question, Madison. I don't know. I'm not sure. I would imagine, everyone has a niche. There's a niche market for everyone and anyone. And I think maybe that's a problem that we need to look into. Maybe that's something we can make happen. If our new business venture, we're starting a nonprofit where we have male strippers integrated into the funeral stripping society.
I love that. Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Remember mortuary we went and saw
Mike.
Magic Mike? Mortuary Mike.
Mortuary Mike, yeah.
Remember we saw
That would be
Magic
a good
Mike?
name for a male funeral stripping company. Mortuary Mike. Hell yeah, baby. Let's brand it.
Oh my God. But remember we went and saw Magic Mike?
In Vegas at your bachelorette.
It was so good. It was a show.
Quite a show. They're thrusting and
professionals. It wasn't cheesy. It was.
Oh, do you need to go
baby.
outside? Do you need to get some air?
I need to take a break.
So now you know about funeral strippers, and hopefully maybe one day we'll be able to tell you about Mortuary Mike.
And if you're from Patreon, you know about funeral clowns.
Oh, yeah. You guys don't know about funeral clowns yet, but we'll upload that episode soon.
Yes.
Do you want to move into your coffin spinner?
Yes. And just to preface, this is really gnarly. And it's not for the faint of heart.
Good. I came in light this week with funeral strippers.
Okay. So that was a good little...
I brought us up. Now you take us down.
I want to talk about executions.
Oh.
Yes. Many different forms of executions. Just to preface it again, I am not for capital punishment. If you are, you are.
Oh, but... I say bring out the firing squad.
But I thought we'd take a look at just different types of executions throughout history. This isn't obviously all of them.
I'm excited. I'm going to get out my notebook.
Just looking at all of a lot of the craziest ones and most brutal ones. So
I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah, hold on to your panties.
All right.
So I was online researching executions. Again, add that to our weird ass Google search history.
Yeah.
And I came across an article from crf-usa.org that talked about the history of the death penalty in America. They said in the American colonies, legal executions took place as early as 1630.
What about the Salem witch trials? I feel like that came before that.
Yeah, just wait. As in England, the death penalty was imposed for many crimes, even minor ones such as picking pockets or stealing a loaf of bread.
Death?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
During the 1800s in England, for example, 270 crimes were capital offenses, or crimes punishable by death. Thousands of people sometimes attended public hangings. Gradually, however, England and America reduced the number of capital offenses until the main focus was on first-degree murder. Murders showing deliberation, willfulness, and premeditation. They also moved executions within the walls of prisons to eliminate the spectacle of public executions. Now, the earliest recorded execution in America was in 1608 in the Virginia colony, and it was Captain George Kendall, and he was hanged for treason because he was a spy for Spain. Now, according to Atlantic.com, there have been about 16,000 executions by hangings recorded in America.
16,000?
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out if that sounds like a lot or a little.
Well, that's just since the 1600s. Like you said, there have been so many that date back to before Christ, before everything that maybe weren't recorded or recognized. I know we've all heard of hangings and beheadings in the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries, but I wanted to touch on some other ways people were executed, and it's not pretty. And by the way, the drop method of hanging was not introduced until the 1780s, which means...
How would they hang people?
Well, which means, neither way was humane, but before the drop, people were literally hanging until they just couldn't breathe.
Oh my, that is awful.
I know.
Especially because they used to hang people, I think, well, like you said, for like petty crimes.
Stealing a loaf of bread. So let's talk about one of the earliest forms of execution that we still talk about a lot today, crucifixion. Crucifixion is really, really brutal. TheHistoryCollection.com has an in-depth article on executions and talks about crucifixion. It says there were various types of crucifixes. The crux simplex was one of the earliest forms, a single upright pole to which the victim was attached. However, most crucifixes had a crossbeam. The crossbeam of the crux commissa was fixed to form a T shape, while the crux emissa, the cross associated with Christ, had the crossbeam a little below the top of the vertical pole. Some crucifixions were inverted. Others spread the body in an X, but all had the same principle behind them, to kill the victim slowly by suffocating them under their body weight. The body would be under such stress that people's hearts would fail, or they would suffocate, or they would pass from exhaustion.
Okay.
So a body was nailed to the cross, and their body weight
would suffocate them?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work, though?
So some of them were inverted, some of them weren't. I guess, I don't know, just holding on.
It's interesting.
Super interesting. I, for some reason, thought that when you were nailed to a cross, you bled out for some reason, but apparently your body just dies from exhaustion, but it could take days for some people to pass.
I guess that makes sense because technically, even though you're being held up by something else, like if you just let your full body weight drop, it would not be good.
No, not at all. This article also talked about impalement being one of the earliest forms of execution. There were a few different ways to impale someone, either vertical, which went through the anus, out through the chest or shoulder blades, or a horizontal one that went through the torso.
Oh, this sounds awful.
I know. Did your anus clench?
Yeah, I just clenched my butt cheeks.
You're going to want to be impaled after what I read.
Oh, God.
There was also something called gaunching, which was when the person being executed was either dropped or thrown onto the metal spikes or even sometimes metal hooks.
But what in the fucking Indiana Jones
I know
shit is this? That's my nightmare. Do they have like those walls that close in on this list?
Yes, just wait. Wait. So there's also something called Ling Chi, or death by 1,000 cuts.
Oh.
There were pictures of this, and please don't Google it. It's very, very upsetting.
God.
Ling Chi originated in China around year 900, and it was a practice until 1905 when it was banned. It was reserved for very, very serious crimes only, so you at least wouldn't get this if you stole a loaf of bread. This involved removing parts of flesh from the body with a knife over long periods of time.
Jesus.
It's terrible. Other parts of the world did something similar to this called flaying.
What does that mean?
Like FLAY is the same thing, cutting skin off.
See, these people aren't like punishers. They're like execution. They're like serial killers.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
When serial killers ruled the world.
Fuck.
There's also something called sawing.
Sawing?
Sawing. And Spencer, you and I watched a movie with that scary-ass clown. What was it? That black and white clown?
The Terrifier.
The Terrifier. Okay. Do you remember the scene?
On Netflix, by the way.
Yes. Do you remember the scene in that movie when he sawed the girl in half?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll never forget.
It was terrifying. This is basically a replica of what they would do to criminals.
Fuck.
Criminals were hung upside down and sawed in half.
Serial killers.
Totally. What I did not know, and which makes this super brutal, is this could last for hours because you were hung upside down, which meant all of your blood went to your brain, keeping you alive.
Oh. My God.
I know.
Awful.
I know. There are a couple ways of execution that animals have gotten revenge. There was something called rat torture, where you literally were just eaten alive by rats.
Holy shit. Madison, this fucking list is brutal. You weren't kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
She told me before we started recording. She's like, by the way, my topic this week is pretty gruesome. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. Isn't it always? But this is fucked.
I know. It's also where an elephant crushes you. That was a form of execution.
I'd rather be crushed by an elephant than sawed upside down.
Just crush me.
Yeah, please.
Fine.
Do it now.
Please. All right. The Catherine wheel. Have you heard of this one?
No, it doesn't sound fun, though.
It's not the Wheel of Fortune. Your legs and arms are tied to this wheel where you were literally stretched and your bones broke. And then you were given a fatal blow to the chest, also known as a mercy blow.
Because they're like, fine, we'll finally put you out of your misery after fucking breaking all of the bones in your body.
Mm-hmm. Who's Catherine, by the way?
Yeah, well, how they get that name?
Okay, here's immurement, which is what you were talking about, buried alive. Immurement is Latin for walling in, like straight out of an Edgar Allan Poe story, where people were literally buried alive in a wall, or it could be like in small spaces too, like in a small casket or...
No. Give me the elephant.
I know. This practice was also used in human sacrifices too.
Okay.
In some human
sacrifices.
Oh, that's
good. Okay, so sometimes it was used for good.
Yeah, great. Last one.
All right.
And this is the craziest one, and it stuck out to me because I used to go to this really cute coffee shop called Milk and Honey, and it was just really cute.
Is that at the Anti-Mall or at the Lab or whatever in Orange County? Or Costa Mesa?
Yeah.
That place is so cute.
It's so cute, so good, and I'm like, oh, what's more soothing than milk and honey? Well, you're not going to think of it the same. So this practice of execution is referred to as the boats. Now, a criminal was put into a pair of narrow rowboats, so they were like closed in. Their head, feet, and hands were sticking out.
The imagery I'm getting, by the way, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Surf's up, baby!
They were also literally put on water. So they were just floating in water with their
these
head.
Little boats.
Yeah, with their head sticking out. I mean, that already is pretty uncomfortable. Imagine.
Sure.
Like trying to keep your head above water. It would just be terrible.
Yeah.
So what the executioners would do, they would slather honey on the exposed body parts. So the feet, the hands, the head.
Why?
So that large critters and insects and stuff would fly on you and pick at you.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
No, it's not, because this next thing is. You would have to ingest large amounts of milk and honey. This mixture would make you have crazy diarrhea that you would have to sit in.
Why?
Also, the diarrhea would attract so many more critters.
I can't handle that. I don't know how I've never heard of this. That is the worst thing I think you could.
I know. You guys, I'm like, kill me instantly. Fuck. Like, don't torture me.
Give us the elephant.
Yeah. Give me the elephant. Imagine you're floating in water.
Uh-huh.
You're in 2 rowboats, knowing that you're going to die, knowing that this is going to be awful.
I would try and drown myself, but you're probably stuck.
You're stuck. Things are picking at you. You have honey all over your body.
There's like bees.
Yep. All you're eating is large amounts of milk and honey, which cause insane diarrhea, and you're sitting in it. This would last for days and weeks. This isn't like a quick...
See, I feel like now they should find out who the executioners are. Well, this is probably a really long time ago, but that's so fucked up.
I know. And so people would usually die of dehydration, starvation, or septic shock.
I would be swinging my head around trying to break my neck or something not to deal with that. Or holding my breath till I passed out trying.
I'd be like, can a shark come eat me or something?
That is the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That is probably a new worst way to die.
Yeah, so...
What's that one called again?
The boats.
The boats.
But how crazy are these people? We've all heard, now there's lethal injection. There was the electric chair, which was super inhumane. Lethal injection is inhumane to me too.
All of it is.
The firing squad, it's like, let's just keep it simple and quick.
This was back in the day, they were so fucked up. They're like, we are going to try and think of the worst way to die.
Oh, there was a movie that I watched, and I believe it's banned here in the U.S. I watched it when I was in college, but it's called Caligula. It's one of the gnarliest movies ever. And it was during Roman times. And I remember there was a scene in it where they tied a guy's penis in a knot so he couldn't pee. They made him drink copious amounts of wine. So his belly got huge and he couldn't pee. And then they stabbed his belly and wine flew out.
I don't know if that would happen, but...
That movie is insane.
Fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Anyway, so let's move on.
Let's move into obituaries. My obituary this week is, you might have seen it online before. It is for a woman named Holly Blair.
Okay.
And Holly Blair is cool as fuck.
Okay.
Holly Blair exploded into glitter and bats on August 17th of 2020.
Cool.
She is survived by 4 spoiled cats, 2 stinky dogs, 3 bad birds, a turtle, and an utterly useless frog named Fred, as well as 3 children and a husband of little to no importance. Her remains will be interred under a tree with the ridiculous multitude of animals she rescued, both wild and domestic. Her future plans include drinking beer with Terry Pratchett and flying across the moon on her broomstick on Halloween. She also promised to communicate with us from beyond via the cockatiel psyche. We ask that everyone carve extra jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween this year in her honor. All hail the Wicked Witch of Juniper Road. Arrangements are under the care of Wood River Chapel of Haley, Idaho. Please visit her memorial page at woodriverchapel.com to share a condolence, memory, or photo.
Wow.
And look at her. She looks cool.
Oh my gosh, she's so cool.
She's like, hi.
I bet Holly Blair isn't her real name. That seems like too perfect.
It might be.
Wow. That was cool.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Probably one of my favorite obituaries. She took a Christine McConnell type turn with it.
Totally. We love her,
yes.
by the way. I had to make up for my fucked up coffin spinner and do a really, really sweet obituary, and it called to me. She was dying from pancreatic cancer, and she actually wrote her own obituary, and I read an article about it. It's really sweet. She had her family listen to her read her own obituary.
Aww.
So her daughter says in this article, "Quite honestly, it was one of the most special moments of my life. To hear my mom tell her story with her words and her voice is something I will always treasure. We laughed at the appropriate times and cried when she was through." I know, I thought it was just so sweet. So here we go. Emily Phillips. "It pains me to admit it, but apparently I have passed away. Everyone told me it would happen one day, but that's simply not something I wanted to hear, much less experience. Once again, I didn't get things my way. That's been the story of my life all my life." And while on the subject, the story of my life, on February 9th, 1946, my parents and older sisters celebrated my birth, and I was introduced to all as Emily de Breda Fisher, the daughter of Clyde and Mary Fisher from Hazelwood. I can't believe that happened in the first half of the last century, but there are records on file in the courthouse which can corroborate this claim. Just 2 years later, when another baby girl was born, I became known as the middle sister of the infamous 3 Fisher girls, and the world was changed forever. As a child, I walked to the old Hazelwood Elementary School, where teachers like Mrs. McCracken, Mrs. Davis, and Mrs. Moody, all those are great names.
Yeah, it sounds like a book.
I know. Planted the seed that eventually led me to becoming a teacher. I proudly started my teaching career at the same elementary school in January 1968, and from there I went on to teach young children in the neighboring states of Virginia, Georgia, as well as Florida, where I retired after 25 years. So many things in my life seemed of little significance at the time they happened, but then took on a greater importance as I got older. The memories I'm taking with me now are so precious and have more value than all the gold and silver in my jewelry box. Memories. Where do I begin? Well, I remember Mother wearing an apron. I remember Daddy calling square dances. I remember my older sisters pushing me off my tricycle on the cinder driveway. I remember my younger sister sleepwalking out of the house. I remember Grandmother Nani, who sewed exquisite dresses for me when I was little. I remember Grandmother Mama Teet wringing a chicken's neck so we could have Sunday dinner. I remember being the bride in our Tom Thumb wedding in first grade and remembering skits from the 4-H club later in grade 5. I remember cutting small rosebuds still wet with dew to wear to school on spring mornings, and I remember the smell of newly mowed grass. I remember the thrill of leading our high school band down King Street in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. I was head majorette. I remember representing Waynesville in the Miss North Carolina pageant, and yes, I twirled my baton to the tune of Dixie. It could have been no other way. I married the man of my dreams, tall, dark, and handsome, on December 16th, 1967. And from that day on, I was proud to be Mrs. Charlie Phillips, grand diva of all things domestic. Our plan was to have 2 children, a girl and a boy. Inexplicably, we were successful in doing exactly that when we were blessed with our daughter Bonnie, and then later our son Scott. Seeing these 2 grow into who they were supposed to be brought a wonderful sense of meaning to our lives. This might be a good time to mend fences. I apologize for making sweet Bonnie wear no-frills jeans when she was little and for red-shirting Scott in kindergarten. Apparently, each of these things was humiliating to them, but both were able to rise above their shame and become very successful adults. I'd also like to apologize to Marianne for tearing up her paper dolls and to Betsy for dating a guy she had a crush on. Just when I thought I was too old to fall in love again, I became a grandmother, and my 5 grand angels stole not only my heart, but also spent most of my money. They have all enriched my life more than words can say. They're treasures that are irreplaceable and will go with me wherever my journey takes me. I've always maintained that my greatest treasures call me Nana. That's not exactly true. You see, the youngest of my grand angels calls me Nana Banana. Calls me Nana Banana. Thank you, Chris. These 2 are also apt to insist that I get their hiney whenever I visit, and since I'm quite skilled in that area, I've always been able to oblige. I actually hold the world's record for hiney getting, a title that I wear with pride. Speaking of titles, I've held a few in my day.
This is the longest obituary I have ever heard in my life.
It's almost over. Speaking of titles, I held a few in my day. I've been a devoted daughter, an energetic teenager, a WCU graduate, summa cum laude, a loving wife, a comforting mother, a dedicated teacher, a true and loyal friend, and a spoiling grandmother. And if you don't believe it, just ask me. Oh wait, I'm afraid it's too late for questions. Sorry. So, I was born, I blinked, and it was over. No buildings named after me, no monuments erected in my honor, but I did have the chance to know and love each and every friend, as well as all my family members. How much more blessed can a person be? So in the end, remember, do your best, follow your arrow, and make something amazing out of your life. Oh, and never stop smiling. If you want to, you can look for me. If you want to, you can look for me in the evening sunset, or with the earliest spring daffodils, or amongst the flighting and fluttering butterflies. You know I'll be there in one form or another. Of course, that will probably comfort some while antagonizing others. But you know me, it's what I do. I'll leave you with this. Please don't cry because I'm gone.
Leave us with what? You've left us with a lot, lady. God.
Please don't cry because I'm gone. Instead, be happy that I was here. Or maybe you can cry a little bit. After all, I have passed away. Today I am happy and I am dancing. Probably naked. Love you forever.
Oh, that was a really sweet one.
I know it was long,
not
but
short and sweet.
That was long and lovely.
Long and lovely. That was really sweet.
But hey, it was all the little things.
Yes.
Like the smell of grass, her picking roses.
I'm going a different route. Mine's going to be one of those 2-letter goodbyes.
Well, guess what? I had to find the sweetest one because I had to make up for.
That's true. Your topic this week was pretty awful.
Yeah.
Well, we've done our coffin spinners. We've done our obituaries. So now it's time for some
dumb-ass
criminals. I hope you like my wording in my dumb criminal today.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time with a thesaurus.
Oh, no.
Not really. So I have an unsolved dumb criminal this week.
Oh, okay.
While we don't know his real identity, he terrorized the city of Akron, Ohio from 2012 to 2015 and was dubbed the bowel-movement bandit.
Oh, no.
Losing it. Just wait. Akron authorities allege that the party pooper left big old dookies
Big old dookies
on at least 19 parked cars in the Castle Homes neighborhood.
What?
One family had enough after their family vehicle was struck for the 8th time by the diabolical droppings and ended up getting a surveillance camera put in. Another Another local was furious to find some funky feces on his
Stop with your
on his children's slide in their front yard.
No.
Neighbors were pointing fingers at each other left and right. One big blame game. They said,
imagine that. No, you shit here.
One big blame game, they said, as for who was dropping the slimy steamers.
Slimy steamers.
Luckily, the rumors of who was responsible were put to rest after the suspect was caught on camera Winnie the Poohing it. That's right. Pants off, ass up, and his face says, "You'll never catch me." I'll show you the picture. Lieutenant Rick Edwards of the Akron Police Department told the press, "We need to know who this person is. But as far as I can tell, the Caboose Cannon's owner still remains at large and may have ridden the Hershey Highway elsewhere." Back to you. I wrote that especially for you. I was like, I'm gonna use some creative words in this one.
I can't top it. I can't even do mine now. I'm done. Mine's gonna sound so lame. Diabolical duties.
Oh God.
My God, that made my day.
No, good. I'm so glad I know the way to your heart.
Through my ass.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't even want to do mine now.
No, let's hear it.
I need a break. Hold on. Oh. All right.
Are you composed?
I'm just going to go through mine fast. Sonny's Food Mart in northern Houston was burglarized on a Tuesday morning in January of 2020.
Recent.
Huh?
Recent.
There were 3 men and 1 female getaway driver driving a U-Haul. They drove up early in the morning to Sonny's Food Mart, and the 3 men got out and used bolt cutters to cut off the locks of the market's door and then entered. The men tried to steal the ATM inside with their bolt cutters, but were unsuccessful. So instead, they were successful in stealing smoking paraphernalia, beer, and random stuff like t-shirts.
Wow, congrats.
After they were done, they ran back into the U-Haul and sped off. According to an article I read on abc7.com, there was an off-duty officer who actually witnessed this whole scene, called in backup, and thus a high-speed chase ensued. This article also said that the chase was 25 miles and lasted 26 minutes.
Damn.
The article then said, and I quote, "At one point during the chase, one of the suspects jumped out of the moving vehicle but was arrested by some of the pursuing officers. But when the second man tried to do the same thing, he fell off the U-Haul while clinging to the passenger side mirror and ended up being run over and killed when he went under the rear passenger side tire of the truck."
No.
He fell off, and it caused him to fall and be run over by the passenger side rear tires, resulting in his death. Are you wearing a visor? What is that? What is that?
It's my Guy Fieri. It's a visor with hair on it. I wanted to put it on for you, but I didn't know when. It felt right.
You guys, I'm sitting here reading my notes, and I look up at Spencer, and he has a fucking visor on.
With hair.
With hair coming out of the top.
Do you like it?
I'm done.
Sorry for interrupting.
No.
Tell us, finish the story. Finish it.
The driver was actually a 54-year-old grandmother of 7. Miss Diana Corstera Thomas is a bad granny. Yes, she was the getaway driver here, but her rap sheet is pretty extensive. She has a long history of drug-related charges, as well as auto theft and robbery. She was charged with felony murder and aggravated assault against a public servant because she allegedly hit her U-Haul truck into a police car with a police officer inside.
Jesus Christ.
Bad granny.
Bad granny.
I gotta go.
Are we wrapping it up?
Yes.
Well, don't forget to rate and review.
This shit
Whatever
show.
this shit show was, yeah. Like, I don't know what happened today. It's like that TikTok where they're like, I'm sorry, I'm just in a silly, goofy mood. Oh, man, I'm just losing it. It's so hot in this room right now. We've had to pause 18 times for planes. I think it's time we call it a day.
We call it a day. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.